Hey guys, welcome back to another new video. So in this video, we are going to check out this device. This one is Sony Xperia Z1, a flagship device from Sony from 2013. Today we will explore this device and check out how usable this device is in 2025. And in future, maybe I will upload a video where I will show you how you can unlock the bootloader of this device and flash TWRP and flash a custom ROM which will make this device a little bit more usable in 2025. So that video will be coming soon. So as for now, I have been using this device few days trying to check out what I can do with this device. Basically, this device is not really that much useful anymore. Although the hardware is pretty good, it's still pretty decent, but the software is actually kind of pretty bad on this device. So first of all, going with the physical overview of the device, as a flagship device, the build quality and everything pretty good actually. So it got fully metal body with glass sandwich design, which is a common design in 2025. But back then it was kind of hard to find something like this. Only maybe Apple was doing back then this kind of design. So the build quality is top notch and still kind of feels really premium. And the display here is actually 5-inch TFT LCD display, 60 Hz, and it still looks good. Actually, Sony's display is pretty sharp, 1080p display. The display is still pretty much usable, no issue at all. I did watch some videos on this display and they look sharp. And in front, we're also getting a 2 megapixel front facing camera, kind of decent. And left hand side, we got our SIM tray, which is obviously covered because this device is IP56 water and dust proof, but mine is no more waterproof because, as you can see here, left hand side we got few more flaps and the charging port is microSD and the flap is gone. So the way Sony used to do this kind of waterproofing is like they used to cover all the holes so that the water can't go in. So that was the technique back then. And there is also another flap here for microSD card and a magnetic charging pinhole, as you can see here. Back then they were not using any kind of wireless charging design, so this kind of one is actually kind of good because people used to dock their device while they are sleeping and charge their device. And on top we are getting a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is kind of really good actually. I did listen music with this device, amazing, and still holding up pretty well, this 3.5mm headphone jack. And on the back we are getting a 20 megapixel rear facing camera, as you can see here. On paper it is really good, but if you try this camera, it is not really that much useful anymore. And the loudspeaker is here, down here you can see the loudspeaker, and the speaker on mine device is already broken, so I can't give you a review of the speaker right now. And obviously this side we got our power button, volume rockers, and camera shutter button. As you can see here, you can quickly access your camera and also can take picture with this one. This is a 2-stage shutter button, so good actually, it focus and you can take picture. And obviously, as I said, the build quality is pretty good. Now coming to the other specs of the device. So this device is powered by a Snapdragon 800 processor, the top-notch processor of 2013 with 2 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. Obviously you got SD card slot, so storage it does not really that matter. And this device is running on Android 5.1, which is one of the biggest downside of this device right now. Although the processor, the RAM and the storage is kind of still good enough, but the OS it is running on, it's kind of sucks. So most of the application doesn't work. Even Google's own applications like YouTube and YouTube Music, all these things does not really work. And I don't really like Sony's UI. Does not feel that intuitive like HTC Sense. I really like HTC Sense. This one I don't really like that much. But anyway, you are getting a lot of application here. Most of them actually you can't really remove, and the proprietary Sony's application does not work anymore like PlayStation. If I try now, they won't work actually. So as you can see here, it is asking me to update, and if you go through update, they will not update anymore because the Android 5.1 cannot support those apps. And we got few other application here, Xperia code and everything. But anyway, the applications are not working. The applications working here are few things like I have downloaded already. So I have downloaded Instagram Lite, Spotify Lite, Spotify and WhatsApp. All these things are still running here. I mean, running means they don't really run well. So if I try Spotify, it takes ages to like open any application here. No, I have to give up. Like it takes long time. And other application like the Facebook Lite is working well. It's pretty snappy. It works well here because it is lightweight. And for browsing, I'm using BIA browser. I have downloaded from Play Store. Play Store is still working. So this browser is working, but this browser also can't really open most of the today's web pages. So no luck. And to watch YouTube videos, I'm using NewPipe. So NewPipe is working well here. This is a YouTube client where you can watch YouTube videos. One thing is that you can't really download this application directly from this device because the browsers are outdated. So it can't really access the website and I had to sideload the application. But anyway, this is one application which is working pretty well here. Like you can watch YouTube videos. So you can use it as a Spotify because it can run in background too. But the built-in music player is pretty good. I did listen some music with this music player. It works really well and pretty well optimized application and feels good actually to like listen music with this device and the sound and everything pretty good. One thing you can still do with this device is listening to music. Other than that, there is nothing much you can do. Even the games like Temple Run 2, I was playing this game and it was struggling a lot mainly because the application is like for the latest generation devices. So although it does support Android 5.1, but it's not really optimized well for like older hardware. So games also don't really run well here. Although this device do support 4G LTE, but in the most of the European and American countries, 4G LTE on this device does not work because of band issue. But in Asian country like here, working pretty well. So as a dumb phone, also usable. And one thing which is left is camera. Although on paper the 20 megapixel and everything pretty good. So the camera still works. As you can see here, it got Sony's like old kind of UI, as you can see here. And if you click here, we do get superior auto, manual mode, and few other options here. And manual option does not provide that much flexibility like today's device. We can like choose something here like ISO and image stabilization and few things here. Nothing much like today's shutter speed and everything. So those things are not available. You in daylight time you can still take good picture with this device, but obviously not really that much usable for today's time. And the video quality is pretty garbage, 1080p, but not really that good. So that's all about this tiny device. It is a really beautiful device, but as I said, not much useful in today's time. Anyway, I will try to make this device a little bit more usable. Maybe in future videos you will see something here. So if you have one of these device, you can check out my channel later on again. So that's all about this device. Thank you very much for watching and I will see you in the next.